is still falling, even the mid lane. Nether blasting that tier 2 tower. Rappy only really gets one Nether blast off on that tower, but damage is damage.
Yeah.
Droid is just gonna keep farming. They're just gonna play this farm game.
Yeah, but Scam is building up. He finished the diffuse lock, is going into the Scotty, so the sustain that the droid might have coming out from her Phoenix and the time lapsing back can be mitigated severely. Even Rappy finishing up that Dagon has a lot of burst damage on hand, so gets a lot trickier for a droid to just stand there and actually fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Illusion!
Play hard, thinking about going on to Boomy in that mid lane, but we'll decide better of it. Does go the opposite way. Matt going to be forced to push out that bot wave again, but mid lane, they are going to make a play down to that Phoenix. He was very deep. He is going to die. What I was trying to say initially is
I'm not going to waste my breath.
gets egged up, and it's been so many times now where he's felt the necessity to just egg like that, but it's never really worked.
No. It's really just cooldown from a droid, and every time the egg's down, that just takes away from Chrono. So now they've got, for the egg, if they really want to force a big fight, and Neon knows that's a weakness, they smoke up.
Matt, they know the path at the moment. Natsumi's a much bigger kill. Hawk will scout it up, but he does see it in time. So Mine walk away. Playhard thinking in and now scans his Hawk. He does just Chrono to run. The Playhard is still chasing. They will not be able to secure the kill on the Void, but you get a Chrono out of it. And they will also just take his Ancient stack.
Yeah, it's not good news. I mean, you save Natsumi, but when you use a Chrono, that just means there is no potential for a droid to fight now. They've got Chrono and the egg, and that's a fairly long cooldown. So again, just back to farming for a droid, but Neon just going to be finding a lot more in the map. They make their way to the Roche pit.
Page gonna deal with that Roshan. Of course, you can take it very, very quick with all these units here from your Page. So they might need that Spectre, and yes, Gen's gonna come in. They need some more sustainability in this Roshan pit. So you don't really want to lose those units, but this is giving time now for a droid to try and scout this out. However, they're not really interested in fighting without that Chrono. Again, the Fusion Blade is there, goes on to CML. In slow with a pop in time? No. They can't cancel the TV. Now Boomy's going to go in. Then Choi does die to play hard. Boomy's going to find Genuel, but may lose his life from the Phoenix. But the Dream Ball going to keep him safe. No! Rappy had the Dagon, so he just zaps him to death. And Neon Esports may just go back into the Roshan pit now.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to be stopping them. This is giving some time for a droid spell to come out, but the Chrono's still a long way off. The egg's not going to be enough. Into the pit once more. You've got two heroes standing around. Play hard, distract, and a droid. They won't be able to make their way down in time.
Fallen to the Radiant.
Play hard. Looking for another setup. Mac, luckily for him, Roar is not available on your path, so he will just continue to skip the creep waves, the best he can do. Natsumi is still just working for that Satanic. He had afford the Reaver, but just wants to buy it outright, I believe. That Satanic could be a bit oh, Mac. Right next to the Radiant Delta now, he's gone a bit too deep. Sonic Wave is perfect from Playhard. Again, he is buying space for the Void, but that's a top net worth hero dying. Hot lane, Chrono will be committed from Natsumi. They have found out Scam with the Sunray. Plenty of damage. That will be the Aegis. Can they do it again though? Genuel jumps in with the ball buying now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gonna go after Natsumi. What was committed? Boomy, well, he might find the Phoenix kill, and he does. They get the Aegis off Skim. That was the chrono committed for that. We will lose the Phoenix in the process. Overall, not too bad for a draw.
Not too bad. Not the ideal, but probably the best you can do with what you have on hand. This is again buying space for themselves. So without that Aegis, Skem's gonna be playing a bit safe. You bait out the Haunt as well, so you don't have to be worried about being hunted down, and you just need to wait. No, if you land it simply in a good pickoff like that, there is an opportunity there.
Matt does have Dream Coil, but it's kind of hard to commit when you don't have the chrono. Neon, every time they see that chrono, they go straight for another objective and make it worth their while. Even harder as time goes on, as now your Page has a Shadow Blade up, so he's going to be a lot sneakier across this map. For the Blink Dagger initiation, but I think the Shadow Blade is just fine here. Neon will just maintain the dire jungle control. Bensoy. Bot lane, rolling thunder. He will have to commit it to get out of this, I believe. Playhard does spot him out now. He will blink up to the high ground, taking back in the outpost. Silence comes out. Playhard will just jump on top. Bensoy still trying to run with the Sonic Wave. Is going to be enough. Now Matt coming in. Doesn't have Dream Call any longer. Natsumi will get the position for a quad. Roy is going to be there on the Phoenix. Yapage will be able to clean that one up as well. Matt is still trying not to wrap it, but he is proving to be a little bit too difficult as CML now will jump onto the Enchantress as well. Natsumi at least managing to find I believe, did he find a kill there? No, I think the Queen of Pain was already dead. He just had to BK.
Yeah, it's not the ideal. I think Adroit really just wanted the EXP from the outpost, which they did get, and they recaptured it right before it turned, so they do get that, but again, you're seeing a lot of compromised plays from Adroit. They're just trying to slow down the game, to find small ends here and there.
Yeah, but
and you're to pull.
Alright, well, we'll let John sort that out. So, Natsumi still trying to get towards that Satanic, but he did buy out the BKP in all fairness. Lincoln Sphere now going to be up on map as well, so they've got a lot of defensive capability here, and with those, they're going to smoke up again. Now this time around, they do have the chrono up. Definitely want to try and play on the back of that chrono, but smoke is already going to be broken. They'll commit Dream Call there onto that Queen of Pain. Live frame from Rapid, though, is going to keep him safe, though Natsumi's going to look for that partner. He does get him with the chrono now. He's trying to burst down Rappy, and that should be successful in doing so as well. Max does help him out. Yapage, meanwhile, trying to deal with this egg. CML does drop on the Enchantress. Egg goes down as well. Now Yapage with the Roar does go straight onto that Void Natsumi. He didn't have mana for the Time War. Oh, the Diffusal Blade from Skem gets rid of all the rest of his mana. And, well, it looked okay once he killed off the partner, but now with that Void dead again, and an 11k net worth lead for Neon Esports, they're going to start going through mid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You've still got the Necro units there from the Beastmaster to help out as well. This tier 3 will not last long unless someone is there to defend it. But Skem is not being afraid. He goes in onto CML. CML being defused. May decide to lose if he's not careful. Dream Call does come out. Inkswell there onto Skem. He will be just fine. Matt still no buyback from the Void. He's holding on. There's going to be a roll in from Bensoy. Max still trying to chase down the Beastmaster Yapage. Yapage should die though. No, the Soulbind will stop the roll from going in, and now the pause is out. We do have some lag issues coming up for Januel. There's a reconnection there from Rappy. Sonic Wave going to be huge. Matt does die. Play hard, a great setup, and now looks like they are going to go ahead on to that Pangolier. Then Toy will die. Mel in trouble. He'll also go down. And Neon Esports, man, they are looking fantastic in this series thus far. One racks, or the racks will be fine. The Sunray will be enough as well as the two buybacks. They don't want to really stretch this out too far if they don't have to, and I can't quite blame them. There's plenty of gold on the side of Neon Esports to spend. There's still farm to be had.
Dire are scanning.
That Abyssal Blade now going to be up and available on Scam.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Natsumi at least will have the chrono back up in 5 seconds.
Dire's top tower
It
is
hasn't
under
really
attack.
helped though. That Pugna has been really haunting Natsumi this whole game. And now Scam just gonna find a solo kill off the Boomy on the Phoenix. Oh, they're trying to jump in Neon. Sonic. Sonic away from play hard. He doesn't actually have it, but the roar is there from Yokaj. And now Scam gonna jump in again. The Void is gonna die. I think Natsumi does have to buy back, and he will. They're gonna go for the fight with the chrono now. But Neon have backed off in time. You've got to find that Pugna before your chrono. The crep is there on the clock again. They just can't get the chrono off. Natsumi does not want to die. Does quit chrono just onto Rappy. Can they help Rappy out here? Looks like Natsumi doesn't have the damage. He can't actually kill the Pugna. Look at the end off here from Boomy. But nobody's dying. There's just way too much sustain. They're going to go after Matt now on that Pugna. In fact, no, they want Boomy on Phoenix. In fact, never mind. It's going to be better sort of the Pangolier. He will die now, and with that, play hard, just feeling it. Starts diving T4 towers. It wasn't the greatest idea. He does lose a lot of HP, but Rappy will be there to give him all that HP back. And they'll go through backdoor protection, even forcing a glitch through the backdoor.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks is falling. Dire's middle
Mid
barracks.
racks will go down.
Dire's
Very, very difficult defense here for the side of Detroit. Abyssal, oh, Boomy, no. Standing way too close, not respecting the Abyssal play of Scam.
Dire's top barracks is
Mac, gonna jump in for a quick silence, but it will not help. But now Play Hard again jumping in. Another Roar and Natsumi. The Dream Call is there, but it's not enough. They will both die, and the GG has been called. And Neon Esports going from an 0-2 loss up against Geek Fam to just a very, very dominant victory up against Detroit. They led through this game basically the whole time. You'd make the argument Detroit had the
below.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick.
Back at least here for the next series between, or rather next game between Adroit and Neon Esports. Unfortunately, the internet issues that we were having previously haven't really been resolved. So it's just going to be me for now. We might have another analyst on for today, and John will be back tomorrow for anyone wondering.
10
Still,
seconds
we
remaining.
are back into game number 2. If you weren't watching game
5 seconds
well,
remaining.
Neon Esports pulled up a pretty big upset, I'd say. I'm sure most people would say that Adroit were looking to be the favorites in that matchup. Again, Neon Esports were to be here for the BTS Pro Series number 2. However, they did come in after LGD International couldn't make it, and now they're looking pretty darn decent. The start of the day wasn't great. They had an O2 series up against the side of GeekFam, and GeekFam were just playing really, really well. But for the start of this series, they have started on the right foot. Quite frankly, they made Adroit look like they weren't really a team. They just destroyed them in every single facet of that game. Apart from the super early game, it was a pretty big win for Neon Esports. Nevertheless, I think a lot of people could probably agree that that was a massive outdraft as well. Like, we saw the Void pick, but then a Pugna came out. It's quite problematic because Natsumi just couldn't chrono without finding that Pugna. The Pass 4 Quap was doing amazing work being played by Playhard. And overall, even Yopaj on that Beastmaster, he had a really bad laning start up against the Puck, but ultimately just came back with his team, and once they grouped up, they made it happen. The new draft has, though, begun. We'll see Adroit, they do go into the AA, into the Earthshaker pit.
Remaining.
Neon Esports, they go into the DK Nature's Prophet, which is another very standard kind of opening.
Radiant
Adroit,
team pick.
I didn't quite see the reason for the AA pick this early on, but they are one of the teams that do really enjoy just running the AA in general, and now that you see the DK there as well, it makes enough sense. The Ice Blast is just directly countering that Dragon Knight. Of course, Neon Esports will ban out the Morphling, because once you pick the AA up, it does kind of say, hey, I might choose Morphling, and then you pick the Earthshaker on top of that, and that basically guarantees that Adroit probably would have taken the POS 1 Morphling had it still been available, but Neon Esports, they do end up banning it out for themselves. Now, Adroit are looking to try and make this third pick for themselves as well. I do wonder what kind of position 1 they want to run this time. Again, I just think the Void wasn't really the greatest pick. Obviously, you saw the Pugna just decrepifying any target he would chrono, and even during the laning stage it was just hard for Natsumi to take off and farm. And of course there was also those early rotations that started happening that didn't really pay off for Adroit. However, the DP was left in the pool, so Adroit will happily take it to themselves. Kind of shocking the DP even made it past that first ban phase.
Radiant team.
Surprisingly, nobody even chose the DP in that first pick phase. Neon Esports, they kind of show the reason why they don't care for the DP. Now they have the Queen of Pain there. They've got 3 heroes that are extremely popular in this current meta. And if they're going to run the POS 4 quap again, I wouldn't blame them. I think Playhard just made so much happen in that game number 1 that it's well worth giving him the hero again. Now Adroit, it's back to them to make their 4th pickup. Of course, the DP can be a bit awkward to play around because you are really revolving a lot around that exorcism timing. Every time that's off cooldown, you don't really want to take any fights and you don't really want to push. But every time it's off cooldown, you kind of need to make something happen right then and there. You don't generally want to have too much downtime with that exorcism if you are the DP. Just want to be able to spam it every time it is available. So Adroit, still having to think about this 4th pick. They are going to dive past a minute now with this reserve time. They'll keep thinking about it. It is already a very scary kind of draft from Neon because you have so much push potential with that DK Nature's Prophet. And it's so flexible as well because you have 3 heroes that can be played as cores. You have the Quap who can be played as a support as we saw last game. The Prophet can be played as a support, but more than likely will either be mid or off. And the DK can also be safe lane mid or off, so it's hard to know how these lanes are going to go for Adroit. And their reserve time is still ticking down. They're 10 seconds now.
Dire team pick.
Faceless Void.
Okay, we go back into the Void. But the Pug is still available to be picked up here by Neon. That would force you to maybe run the safe lane DK in all fairness, so by picking this Void up, you may have just made it so you just switch the lanes around for the side of Neon Esports, but I don't think they're going to care.
Venomancer.
But they go for the Veno instead. Alright. The Veno does pretty good work up against that Death Prophet. Of course, you can reduce the regen she gets from the Spirit Siphon. He also tends to dominate Void in the off lane. They won't bother with the Pugma pick, but rather they go for something else that does do quite well up against that Void. And I don't think you really have space for the Pugma anymore for Neon Esports, unless you're really going to switch things around.
Dire team ban.
Adroit, they'll ban out the Troll now. Troll that is one of those heroes that does do a bit better up against that DP, because if you do get that Spirit Siphon placed on you, at least you can just turn around and battle trance if things get really, really bad. And the Death Prophet's going to be right next to you, so that's going to be the one you're going to target.
10
but Neon
seconds remaining.
What's now their final ban out?
5 seconds remaining.
Adroit are still looking for some kind of on-plane pick
Dire
for
team.
Ben Soy. They do actually ban out the Dazzle, which is a hero that Ben Soy has been playing a lot. In all honesty, the first hero that came to my mind was the Dazzle when you think about a Ben Soy hero. So I do like the ban out there from Neon. It also does pretty good up against the draft of Neon Esports because you don't have that much burst damage. You have plenty of time to just heal up your teammates and throw out the Shallow Grave if you need to on the side of Adroit, but they won't have that option anymore. More importantly though, Neon Esports, how are they going to finish off this draft and where are all these heroes leaning? Because you've essentially got 4 cores, and 2 of those cores can be played as supports very easily. Are they going to run the core Veno? Are they going to run the support Veno? So have a think. Plenty of time left. Have a long think about it.
Radiant team pick.
Bounty hunter.
Okay, the bounty comes out. That one I wasn't quite expecting. I'm kind of wondering now, is this going to be a POS 5 bounty hunter? If you can get the kind of start you had last game on Neon Esports, if you can really start getting that snowball rolling, this bounty hunter is going to really start paying off with all the trap kills that you're going to get.
10 seconds remaining.
It's definitely not what I expected. I'll say that. They don't really have a very hard kind of POS 5 here on Neon Esports. It is a very kind of greedy, not necessarily greedy. It actually gets online quite fast, but it is just a full core lineup even. But Adroit, they go for the Abaddon. That's quite a nice pick. There was a lot of problems there as Neon Esports. They had so many disables last game. At least with this Abaddon now, you have this tanky offlane. He has a free purge in the Aphotic Shield. A lot of sustain there on Adroit now. And overall, I don't mind this from Adroit. I'm still questioning pick up a little bit if I'm honest. Because it wasn't that fourth pick which did allow the counter to be there from Neon. We'll head over to the full screen for the draft. Looks like Rappy is going to be on that offlane Venom. Yopaj is going to take the mid Queen of Pain, and Skem's going to play the POS 1 Prophet. So Playhard's going to play the position 4 Dragon Knight now. Now, I've heard ramblings about the POS 4 DK. I believe I casted one game with a position 4 DK. It was a bit of time ago now. It can work though. It doesn't change that much with farm. The whole reason why the hero is so popular is because it has amazing sustain in lane. Dragon's Breath is infuriating to play with against in lane. The hero is just tanky as hell, and form just does everything it does without farm.
Nothing personal.
So we'll get into it. Game number 2.
Normally.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a pause coming up.
See you later, nerd. See you later, nerd.
Good to see both these teams in good spirits going into this game too.
Precious Papa Ball.
Coming through with the...
Hopefully the pause won't last too long. In fact, we do have Genuine reconnecting on that bounty.
The House of Ernest will disown me for that.
Natsumi asking to swap tips. Get along with it. I believe Skem is saying you tip first because he doesn't trust Natsumi. I don't know the language, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying. But there we go. They'll give Skem the tips.
Easiest money of my life. Easiest money of
He does. He does. He doesn't. He doesn't try to rip off the void.
Easiest
Always
money
nice to
of my
see. Good
life.
sportsmanship. Kind of funny to think about these teams are kind of prioritizing these battle pass points over anything in this game.
Thirty seconds to battle.
Get started. It's like Neon gonna be able to secure both those bounty runes at the
begins.
bot lane, and Skem actually gonna try and fight back up against Ben Soy for that top one, though he just wants to get some harassment, it seems. No fish came out from Boomy, surprisingly enough. He just kind of let that happen, and now, well, even Janual's gonna beat it just to make sure they can get as much harass out on Ben Soy as possible early on. Poor old Ben. Nothing wrong here. This is the weakest point of the Abaddon, in all fairness, though. This is the best time to go after this. He did go for the level 1 Curse of Avernus to make matters worse for Ben Soy, so he's got no real defensive capability. Ben, he can't even get close to the creeps right now. Skem will get the first wave full free. Boomy did end up prioritizing skipping the creep wave and just pulling it over. Might even just try and double it up while he's there, but Janual's going to punish him on the way out. Of course, mid lane, we'll see your Page once again on that pop this time. Matt will be on the DP. Exactly a DP favored lane, because you can't really Spirit Siphon the Queen of Pain. She'll blink away every time. But you should be able to secure some decent farm here on this Death Prophet from Matt. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. Bot lane, play hard and Rappy. Gonna be there on that support DK and Corvetto of all things. Up against Natsumi and CML. Rappy's job, of course, just gonna be try to get through all the region of Natsumi. You've got this great advantage as the Venom. Just keep harassing out Natsumi the best you can. Surprisingly enough, he doesn't go for the level 1 Gale. He went for the Poison Stick instead, which is a bit unorthodox. You'll usually see the Gale at level 1. But perhaps they just don't feel like they can actually go for the kill attempt, so they'd rather just get that damage over time with the Poison Stick. He's free after all. You see Genuine actually doubling up the creep wave a little bit. Still push out quite nicely for Skem. Does make a rotation down the mid lane, trying to see if he can snipe a Kuri. Well, back up to the top lane. Boomy gonna go for a Fisher block here at the Skem, but Pen, of course, not really gonna try and make any form of play. It's a casual Fisher being thrown out from Boomy. Play hard, he did fall a little bit low. He actually hasn't gone for any points in the Dragon's Blood yet. Rather go for that Dragon Tail and have some kill potential. Perhaps at level 3 he may go for the Dragon. Just 1 point in and of itself can be quite effective. Like, you'll get 4 regen straight off the bat with 3 armor on top.
Normally.
CML, a little bit careful. Play hard is rushing for that stun. He can get it. Rappy might get the Gale off here, and that might be first blood. CML slowed up, is going to go for the TP. That is the only play to make. Dragon's Breath, no play hard. He waited too long. You would have actually gotten that kill as well. He might still get it with the Gale. No, it won't be enough. But if he had connected that Dragon's Breath, I believe it would have been just enough damage. He wanted to try and go for that final auto attack, and that's fair enough as well, because the Dragon's Breath does only deal 90 damage. So, come back for it. Mid lane Matt is going to be in huge trouble. He does go for a Titan Hook for Januel. They won't actually have the burst damage to take him out. But bot lane, CML will indeed end up dying. They do go back for it. Rappy the one to pick up that first blood here for Neon Esports. Now Natsumi, however, getting very lucky with his bashes. Almost gets the kill and now does. Play hard. Fortune around that way. He gets bashed as well.
History is
Natsumi just bashing on command on this Void now, and that's going to be a much better start than last game. Got so much CS on this Void. Competency gets forward with 2 kills on top of that. No, he's going to be feeling pretty good about himself. Question is, can they get these bounty runes as well? Natsumi going to fight? No, he won't. Play hard, we'll just stun him up. Genuine, just going to be back up to the top lane. Boomy. Yeah, we'll just take a Janata strike. That's all he can really do here. Boomy's just focused on trying to steal away this neutral camp from Scam. Does get it just in time. I thought he almost missed out on it. Still mid lane again. The pressure is going to be on Matt. Dragontail one wave this time will not allow him, and now the loser spray as well. Oh, the disrespect. Poor Mac. He had a rough game last game, and well, this time he's not off to a good start, that's for sure. Now Boomy going to get jumped in, trying to soak XP, but they were all still around. It's going to be a secondary kill in this mid lane, and that's another loser spray. How dare you? Bot lane, however, they do kill off Rappy. Natsumi is going to be able to get that, but Scam does skip off Natsumi. So it's not really all that bad for Neon Esports. You lost your pause 3, but you kill off the pause 1. It's well worth it. And it was just the nature's wrath of Scam coming in to clean up that void.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now Neon can easily start applying pressure on this bot tier 1 tower. Really no kind of contention here from a droid.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They're going to try and force in the top tier 1, but you really don't have the most amazing push. You do have the curse of the burns, which will naturally speed up everyone attacking that tower, so that's going to be nice. And in fact, never mind, the push is actually pretty decent once you count that curse of with that siege creep, he gets his attack speed boosted up as well. Just
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Does that up.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
It looks like Play Hard going to go back into that mid lane now. So many loser sprays in this mid lane. They won't quite get the angle there onto Mac this time. He'll be fine. He's doing okay in terms of CS on this DP, but you've got that extra system off. You want to make a play. This is going to come in from Boomy. They're fighting over the rule. Arcane rule will be taken by Play Hard, and now Mac will actually be in trouble. They have Sonic Wave, and Yopaj will commit immediately, and now Boomy going to be in trouble as well. Oh, it's just not working for the side of the droid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mac just really starting to fall behind now. Like his net worth is at 2.1k. We haven't seen one exorcism usage being committed yet.
Radiant's courier has
They'll
been
bring in Boomy as well, just in case they need the help. And it looks like Bensoi may take over this mid lane. Yopaj did get fission, but ultimately will be able to blink out in time. I suppose the one positive is Natsumi is farming okay on the Void. So you've got that going for you if you're a droid right now. It's the best thing that is going for a droid though. It's going to be really on the shoulders of Natsumi for now. I don't believe he's actually committed a chrono this game either. He's just kind of waiting it out for the right moment. Generally speaking, when you have a DP Void, you usually want to use them at the same time. Genuel, still waiting for the courier, and it's gonna be Max as well. Well, that's just terrible. That was his brown boots, that was his bracer. Oh, Mac, he is just having the worst game you could possibly ask for as a DP. Just gotta try and come back, just stay calm. Try to make yourself get back into this game.
Time is money.
It's really hard now though, because you don't have those boots or the bracelet available, so he may not feel comfortable enough to try and commit exorcism and go push him with his team. Bishop gonna be there on Genuel, but he'll be trying to just run away. I think it is going to be quite important for a droid to set Chrono and Exorcism together and maybe just take a kill for themselves. But they're falling behind by 4k net worth now to Neon. That lead's only going to get bigger once that level 6 hits on the Bounty Hunter. We haven't even reached that point yet where the track's here. Then Soy. He's sitting at level 8 right now. They do fish her up the plot once again, but your partner will be fine to get out. Now Gale there on Matt, but they will apply to shield him, so he will be safe. The T1 tower does go down. Meanwhile, TML actually ends up killing off Skim up at the top lane. I believe that was a chrono committed by Matt. Tops the Exorcism mid lane, trying to fight this down. Booby does have Echo. Sonic Wave, Ben Soy, he's been there for a time. He skilled it up later, but it wasn't fast enough. And now Booby, he can go for the Echo. It's a lot of damage, but it's just not enough. Oh, that is such a shame. You just needed one hero there to clean up at least two of the side of Neon Esports, but it just doesn't work out that way. And now Playhard's just going to slowly chip away at this tier 2 mid tower. And it's almost starting to look like a repeat of game 1. Again, the only difference is Natsumi's actually farming better this time. He'll have the defusal off soon.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
We're just trying to apply pressure on this bot tier 2 and just maintain that Radiant jungle control.
Illusion.
See you later, nerd.
Natsumi just focusing on that farm. He's going to be building into that standard defusal Yasha. He does have the defusal up now. Matt does have those items that were on the courier back on him now, so won't be moving around like a snail. He does have the boots up. Playhard's just going for the classic Pos 4 roaming build. Tranquils, Stick, and Blink Dagger. And I actually appreciate that. That is just the way to play it. You just imagine you're an Earthshaker right now with Fisher. You'll see that they're pretty much doing the exact same thing onto Boomy. Just Tranquil, Stick, and he'll go straight into the Blink after.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Droid, smoke up, that's bot lane. They have Chrono and 5, so they're going to try and commit onto Rappy. They have the vision. Rappy does have to just commit everything he can, but ultimately probably will just die, and he does.
Your chronology.
CML, of course, is going to TP back to the fountain just to be able to survive through all that poison damage. Natsumi does get a great kill, but
See you later,
Matt,
nerds.
See you later, the top lane dying again to your card.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're going to start forcing in that tier 1 top tower now. Neon are not able to keep up with the amount of push coming out from the side of the... Droid aren't able to keep up with Neon. Fisher is there, play hard, just going to stun Ben. Run. Echo being committed booming, wants to lock him down. This is for DK, but they need the kills. Ben Droid would take it on the Abaddon.
is under
Neon.
attack. Radiant's
Another tier 2
structures
being
are
harassed out here by Scam.
Dire's
It's going to force a
structures are
Drake to
fortified.
rotate back down and try to defend this. They do have Chrono, they do have Exorcism, but they don't have Exorcism
Radiant's
because Matt
bottom
popped it
tower is under attack.
last time he died. And with that, they're not actually going to be able to defend this. However, a Drake put a bounty onto your Page,
Dire's top
so they want that
tower
Queen
is
of
under
Pain
attack.
kill. Possible with a Chrono up.
Worthy tribute. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant
Drake is
scan.
continuing to bide their time. Yeah, the Vladimir is now up on Ben Soy. That's going to be feeling quite good for the side of a Drake. But, oh, there's the disconnection.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You've gone green, I see.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Laban mo na to! Normally.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Generation.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
normally.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gold from Earth's bounty.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Я пропустил камбэк. Мне кажется, не он просто почему-то остановились в определенный момент. Вот они вели 5000, потом довели свое преимущество до 8, и неважно, как бы было оно или нет, тут важно, что они не стали пытаться с баунти-хантером убивать, они не стали пытаться запушить вышки, они дали шейкеру поднять блинк, они дали Войду вынести слоты. Слишком много позволили. Хотя и могли задоминировать там целиком и полностью. Сейчас по левелам у них там не все очень хорошо. Они вели 4000, сейчас уже проигрывают там 1000 по XP. Вот это неумение иногда команд воплощать свое преимущество в результат сказывается в итоге очень сильно.
Back to farming here. So no, there is going to be another pause from Neon. Neon Esports, they need to kind of group up and just get it back together. Getting caught out like this over and over again by a droid 2 times in a row. You can't afford to do that when you have such a big lead. They just kind of rush too fast into trying to go after those deep T2 towers. Neon are still posturing quite deep. Droid just going to be still playing defensively as they are still behind. Put out Genuine there on the BH. He'll just throw a track out and back up. But now Boomy jumps in with the dust. Does make Fisher and Echo as well. They just want the kill. I'll take it. Another kill there for Matt. And it's fine to do that for a droid. I mean, they don't need the Echo anytime soon. I don't believe a droid want to fight. I think they are still very inclined to just keep farming up.
Dire are scanning.
That Skim's just going to work towards that Silver Edge now on that Nature's Prophet. He does need to be the main source of DPS here for this Neon Esports side. BKB up on your Page, and that's going to mean a smoke to come out. They are going to be fighting into a chrono, but seeing that slam being used by the Earthshaker is enough for them to go in. So they will. Matt's going to be the target. They'll purge off the silence immediately on Matt. Now, on the Void, it's a much bigger kill. Natsumi, however, will just climb more forward the damage. Has that chrono. Nature's Wrath flies through it. Poison Nova only connected on Bensoy. He has borrowed time. Again, the silence purged off all now. Natsumi does get blown up. And Matt, he's trying to fight back. He's got 4 Spirit Siphons going. It just doesn't matter. Bensoy does try to TP, but it will not be enough. Januel secures some track kills, and they get a gem. Oh, but nobody's noticed the gem. They all go for the Roshan. They're all excited about that. It's been left there. And, well, now Bensoy's going to send his courier in. He will take it back. And Neon, that's a bit of a blunder. 25 minutes in, that gem is worth gold. I mean, that's just a lot of money. You don't have to wait later on. Boomy getting jumped on now. Play hard will be there. Spirit Vessel as well from Skem. Boomy just goes into it with the Shadow Amulet. But your Page can just scream him to death, and he tries to TB, but it will not work out.
Worthy treatment.
The Neon now at a 12k net worth lead, and that's just so many track kills from that last fight.
Radiant's top tower is under
Just
attack.
how fast they can switch it back
Radiant
their way.
structures are fortified.
Posing the end, that gem doesn't matter too much as they're so far ahead.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gonna come in with a few shots, gonna be quite nice, your Page. Ooh, he's gonna lose his agents. Now Matt is there to set up with the silence. He does get it, your Page has the BKB. Does turn around and Boomy now dies. But Natsumi, he does still have that chrono available for the last to play hard. He has no need to chrono. It is only a plus 40.
Radiant's top tower.
They'll deny off that Team 2 top. That's gonna leave the side of a Droid with one more Team 2 tower. How the net worth graph looks right now. It's just a bit up and down, but still there for the Dire. Rappy is farmed quite nicely on the Venom. Oh, he's got that pipe up now with the 4-star. He's building into what looks like the Solar Crest, which is really going to help in escalating the amount of DPS Skem does. Droid's just gonna have to move in 4s. Sure they're safe. You see Skem now, he's got, I believe, the full Silver Edge coming out? Is that it? No, he bought a BKB first. Alright, so full BKB is out, and he's an orb away from that Silver Edge now. Droid just continuing to remain as a team. There's a lot of split push going on from Neon. They will have to get their attention to. Januel has his ward denied. That was his courier. I My apologies. He was trying to get a D-ward off here onto the cliff, but his courier does go down. Boomy. Careful. Let's get a nice fish off, actually blocking him right in there. And now, well, Daniel just is sitting up. Got nowhere to go, and Natsumi chasing for more. Again, he still has the chrono.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Everyone else gets out in time. He is pushing in, so Mac has to go and just deal with that. They're giving time right now for play hard to try and get his BKB up on that DK. 15 points, so once you get up to a level 18, you're going to be feeling a lot more confident. But now, fills up on Mac. He does purge off the silence there from your Page. And that'll be it. They won't bother chasing any further. Your Page now does have the shooter's guard up. Really going to start helping up against that Void. Speaking of that Void, he may claim the bounty hunter kill now. They are trying to catch up to Jack. He's just out of there. They have a better kill in the form of Rappy though, and Rappy, where are you going, sir? That is a dangerous place to be right now.
Radiant's
They won't capitalize, they do go ahead and just buy out the Satanic for Natsumi. Bishop doesn't connect. Daniel with the double damage just running away. There's so much wasted time for a droid, I've got to say. Just chasing around this bounty hunter that's worth no gold. Maybe they're going for play hard mid lane, but he is a bit tankier. Januel now showing up again. Play hard does blink out of there, and Januel also just runs out. There could be a team fight coming soon from Neon, as they are slowly invading that Radiant jungle. Rappy gonna show himself now. Fisher does come out to boom. It is nice. Ice Blast there as well. Rappy gonna try to avoid that, and does. They are still chasing, but now the Poison Nova is out. Rappy will immediately die. Now, Natsumi's still looking for a nice chrono attempt. Looks like Neon just didn't really get the position they wanted for that team fight. They won't go in all the way. Neon. It's a Mac. Play hard, does have the blink stun, but can't really get range in time. Now a droid, they're gonna start grouping up again. They really want to try and use this chrono, they don't get a chance yet though. They'll find the BH again. Daniel is gonna die. But everyone else from Neon has just run away. In all fairness, this is buying time for a droid to farm, even though a substantial amount of that time is being wasted just chasing. Neon just waiting for that perfect moment, it seems. Oops. You are getting to that stage now where Rappy is going to have the Crimson Guard up on the Venos. That's definitely going to really nullify a lot of the damage that does come out from Natsumi.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle
Bot lane just casually being pushed in by your Page. They wanted to force back the side of the droid, but now Boomy does TP back, and that may mean a favorable team fight for Neon if they wanted to try and go in. And I believe they will. They will. They're gonna track up Natsumi. Feeling confident with that chrono, doesn't back off, just keeps farming up. In all fairness, on esports, they haven't really made their way to that jungle. They are going to avoid the team fight. Perhaps the idea from Neon is just wait out for the next Roshan attempt. 16k net worth lead now, though. We may as well have a look at the win probability. And it's been up and down. I'd have to agree with roughly where it is. But the late game void gets very, very scary as time goes on. And in all fairness, you don't have that much scaling on the side of Neon Esports with their own draft. They do start to drop off a little bit. Maybe the level 25 on your pause, that's going to be a big deal because you do get that scream with the fear. That is huge. Januel gonna break the smoke to the droid. Not the kill they want, but the kill they have to take. But now they do also get play hard. He does go into Dragon form, but Boomy's gonna be right behind him. And they should have plenty of control. Rafi also showing up. This is not the way to do it, I don't think, but they're gonna jump in Sonic Wave. Japan from behind. There's gonna be a huge Sonic Wave, but now it's only on Scam and there's no damage being done. Natsumi, he's still just trying to go, but they're gonna lose this if they're not careful with droid. They have to back out now. Max gonna drop. He does heals up, but nobody on Neon's gonna die. They just wiped them. Bountiful. The Satanic is all nice, but they just don't have damage. A droid have gone too defensive. They lost the Echo. Are you kidding? Another jet on the deck. Nobody's picked it up.
Radiant's middle
They
tower.
didn't have the Earthshaker because he died too early. You kind of needed that Echo Slam, but even the
Radiant structures are falling.
they're going to start pushing this ball wave.
Dire's current.
And this is just not working out for a droid at all.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Like, Scam just took no damage. He
Radiant's
took more
bottom
damage from the
barracks are
DP
under
than he did from the
attack.
40.
Radiant's bottom tower
Look at Scam's items, he is huge right now. Mid lane, the tier 2,
Radiant's
backdoor
middle
protection
tower
just doesn't matter. And it's Roshan's time. The droid probably needs to fight this. Problem is they don't have Chrono or Exorcism. And Neon aren't making it obvious either. They're jumping onto Boomy now, and Boomy just gonna get blown off.
Normally.
Back to the Roshan, says Skem. He's at that level 25 now, so he has the very balanced tower that makes him teleport without a cooldown. Thank you, Mr. Ice Frog. He finds the double damage as well, but that's good. In case he needed the damage. They're actually going to TP up. They're not going to take the full road. Natsumi does have the chrono back up, so that may be the idea there. They timed it really, really well. And that kill that they went for on Boomy in that top lane just took a bit too much time. But it did allow Natsumi to have his ulti back up and ready to go. Looks like Scam is just going to try and finish off a butterfly now.
Pull roots and run.
Gonna be out from Neon. They're gonna try and smoke into the Roshan. Be dangerous. The pings are already coming out from a droid. Ben Soy's gonna break the smoke. Rafi, he misses the game. Hold feet out on the big next trap flying through, and now Flame Hard jumps in straight on the AA. Exorcism gonna be popped. Poison over there as well. CML doesn't really get any form of Ice Blast off, but he'll buy back immediately. Now Flame Hard pops his BKB. They're trying to control Scam in the back, but he's not controlled enough. But now a great chrono to Natsumi. Does he have the damage? I think he might this time. With the Ice Blast on the Echo, it will be enough for Scam. He does deal with Matt. And now Natsumi, I don't think he can fight back up against the Station's Prophet. He needs a time walk out, but it's not enough. Fisher is going to be great from Boomy. You have got unlimited TP up. He doesn't want to TP into 4 heroes, so he won't. But they can go back to the Roshan now. That was 3 deaths and 2 buybacks out from a droid. 1 buyback out from Yopaj on Neon Esports during that team fight as well. He'll take the Aegis. Neon, they want to try and go high ground, but they may want to just wait out their DK. You are missing a substantial amount of push potential there without play hard. But I say that, Skim is hitting so hard, and now your Page jumps in. This Silver Edge kicks in. They had the Silver Edge, so he couldn't just get borrowed time off.
Radiant's top
Now, repair kit means nothing this game, not with this profit.
Radiant's top
Play
barracks
hard has respawned. He's gonna take a while to get to this Radiant base,
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
but they don't need it.
Radiant's top
Skem will get the top ranks. Now your Page starts on the mid T3. Chrono is still over a minute away. Exorcism, about 30 seconds. Your Page
Radiant's middle tower has
going to
fallen.
allow him to just soak up so much damage now. He's thinking about using that Sonic Wave. Matt will use off. But Scam will finish on the mid-rats. He's a man of objectives.
Middle barracks.
They do have mod rats already taken, so now it's just a full mega creeps up. Ice Buster, your Page, he's going to lose his ages. Scam just TP's back to the fountain, buys an item, and he's going to be back now. In fact, no, he goes to the bounties first. He's going to claim every bounty with the unlimited TP he has.
Normally.
I don't know if he's aware, the team is quite ahead right now, that 36k ahead. I'm not sure if they really require those bounty runes.
Worthy trip.
And that's what that looks like. Too cool to walk now, apparently. He has gotten rid of his boots in all fairness, so he just TPs everywhere. Net worth now over 30k. At this point for Skem, you just want a moonshot, but he is going to go for that satanic. It's going to be a matter of what he replaces. And you could always just switch the satanic in if you feel like you need it. Maybe he just gets rid of the Silver Edge and doesn't worry about Ben Soy and the Abaddon.
Radiant are scanning.
Taking their time, Detroit is defending these megas.
How many of you do I have to kill? Just business, nothing personal.
Vision with this track. Like Bensoy's trying to purge off as many as possible, but it's almost like he's given up at this point with the track. Play hard to move in now. They can jump in. Scam is right there. Straight onto the Abaddon. Bensoy, he just melts. He has a buyback. They want to keep going for more. Of course, Natsumi and Matt both have their ultis on. You've got the Echo there as well, and that's a lot of creeps right now around with your Page, but no blinking yet. Nice.
Radiant's middle tower.
Be there, your Page blinks in as well. Now they should take out this block with A on this, but Chrono being committed, but a huge Echo slam from Boomy. It's just not enough. Your Page, meanwhile, ends up eating the cheese and surviving the Chrono just barely. Matt goes down, Sonic Wave is there, Scam's on a double, it's not going to matter from a droid, they're still trying, but the Ancient is closed completely. And Scam is just man-fighting Natsumi, and this game is over. See you later, nerds, indeed. Neon Esports getting a 2-0 victory over the side of a droid.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. 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 Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Here for the next
Radiant team pick.
mission and reality rift. It is an OP Dota once again, just by myself. Wasn't able to quite find an analyst in time for this game, but that's fine. We'll look after this one. Still, EXECRATION versus reality rift should be a pretty interesting matchup. EXECRATION, in case you haven't been watching, has decently over stage.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They are above this RR side of this group stage, and both teams would essentially just take this too early if they could, because that would allow one of them to really just take over the other in the group stage at the very least, as they are kind of tied right now in terms of points. We'll leave that behind for now. The draft has begun. Reality Rift, they do go for the Beastmaster first. EXECRATION, of course, going to that very popular DK, and then followed up by the Enchantress, who we are seeing as the main counter towards that Beastmaster every time. Very unsurprising to see that coming out once the Beastmaster is there. RR looking to make their second pickup now. Obviously should try and probably find a way to deal with the DK very early on. You do have the AA if you want to go ahead and pick that +5 AA into the DK right now. And it may actually pay off quite decently because it works quite nicely up against the Enchantress as well. Whether RR want to run it or not is a different story entirely though. They do also have the Queen of Pain, which has been extremely popular for most teams. We do actually see the DK opening, the Beastmaster Queen of Pain opening, but RR instead will go for the partner pick. See this earlier today, and it was quite successful to say the least. It does work very nicely up against the DK, because you have the Decrepify, so he can't really attack. You also have great magic damage in the Nether Blast and the other Life Drain, and even without those, we've been seeing this build where people just max out Nether Ward, which is quite a new build to have here on the Pugna. But you're deciding to either miss out on Decrepify or miss out on the Nether Blast, and they end up maxing out Nether Ward instead. Whether that's going to pay off this game is yet to be seen, as there's not really much all users here per se so far for Execration. But I do like the Pugna. I think it's a nice pick here for RR. Could open up this draft a lot for them. But it does leave the Queen of Pain now for Execration if they didn't just want to take it for Ben-Hur. And I wouldn't...
Dire team.
In fact, did I say... Yeah, no, Ben-Hur is the mid laner. I was about to say BHM, and there it is. The Queen of Pain does come out. Just a standard pick, but it's quite a strong draft already from Execration. And the Queen of Pain likes going up against the Pugna. Like, the Netherward can be very, very annoying towards that Queen of Pain because her spells do cost quite a bit of mana.
10 seconds
But
remaining.
in terms of bursting that Pugna, it's not very hard for the Quap. It's actually quite an easy process. And we yet to see as well whether that will be a support Pugna or a core Pugna. But I do believe that probably will be a support this game. And if you do go support Pugna, you can max the Netherward, which will be a pain in the ass for the Queen of Pain to deal with. So it wouldn't be all bad. But RR now their third pickup, they're just trying to maybe pick up another POS 5. I believe the Pugna should be a POS 4 at minimum. But they'll have a think about it. They'll have a long think about it. The push is already kind of insane from this Dire side, in all fairness. Like, the Beastmaster Pugna does really burst down towers quite quick.
Radiant team pick. Mirana.
Okay, they'll go for the Mirana. That's an interesting one. It does slow down the push of Execration with that DK in some way. Because when you get that DK, around the 5-minute mark, if you can manage to hit level 6 somehow, you will always pop Dragon Form and try to go with the Siege Creep. But more than likely at level 10 is when you'll go for that tier 1 push with the DK. The best thing about the Mirana though, is she can arrow that Siege Creep and burst it down in one arrow, which will make it so the push is going to be a lot less effective for Execration's side. So I don't mind seeing the Mirana. That does kind of force the Pugna into either POS 5 or a core role though. The Mirana's not a POS 5 at all, and I doubt RR will try to run it that way. It should be being played by Hustler. So either you're seeing a POS 5 Pugna now, or you are seeing maybe a mid Pugna. Could also be the mid Beastmaster and offlane Pugna as well. We've seen a bit of that. But I kind of doubt that's going to be the case here for RR. Because you don't really want to have the Beastmaster up against a hero like the Queen of Pain, nor do you want the Beastmaster up against a hero like the DK. So Execration going to that very popular Ursa pick now. And I've got to question that a little bit. You are picking that Ursa into a Pugna who can decrepify any of your targets, and he can also decrepify you. So it could be a hard game for an Ursa.
10
but on the other end of
remaining.
things, it is also kind of a broken POS 1 right now, especially with the Battle
5
Fury build that we've been
seconds
seeing
remaining.
so often. And the Battle Fury Ursa does pay off quite nicely up against the Beastmaster. So I don't quite blame them for going down the Ursa route. I just think they may need to pay more respect towards that Pugna, who can just decrep and constantly make it hard for the Ursa. Still,
Radiant
RR won't
team
have much time left. They will go for their fourth pick now, and they do go into the Pangolier, a very disruptive kind of hero. You do have another disarm there as well with the lucky shot of the Pango. So now you have two ways of disarming that Ursa in these team fights if you can get lucky enough with that Pango. Usually it's not too hard as long as you connect the Swashbuckle. You'll most of the time get the lucky shot off. It's not that big of a
10
problem.
seconds remaining.
So now,
5
Execration.
seconds remaining.
It still feels like RR are either missing a POS 5 or a mid hero here. What do you want to get rid of though? It is still very flexible from RR, so it's a bit hard to know what to ban out here for Execration. The same could be said though for for the side of RR, but I believe EXECRATION are just looking for some kind of POS 4 pick. Unless they're going to run the POS 4 Queen of Pain or the POS 4 DK we just saw, both of which clearly worked. And EXECRATION seem to believe they are looking for a POS 1. They will go ahead and ban out the Spectre.
Такая халява, такая
10
халява.
seconds remaining.
RR now with their final ban out.
5 seconds remaining.
They'll drag out that reserve time that they have left. It's only about 10 seconds now.
Dire team pick.
They will get rid of the Slava. Okay. So we could be seeing some kind of Ricky, I guess. Is Ricky not bad? No, it's not. They may go down the Ricky route. Maybe a Slav could come out as well. Generally speaking, if you ban out the Slava, you are looking
10
towards the Ricky.
seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Ricky.
They do go the Ricky. All right. Fine. I wouldn't say it's the best pick, to be quite frank. It deals with the Queen of Pain. It doesn't necessarily deal well with the Ursa nor the Dragon Knight. That's my big problem with it. The smokescreen is going to be nice for that quad, but that's really it. Like,
5 seconds
yeah, you can get a bit of mischance there on the Ursa with the smokescreen as well, but just be fine. Especially if you get this a lot, like it's just not going to matter. Their last pickup now.
Admiral Conquer.
All right, they go for the Conquer. Another draft that kind of looks to be an all-core kind of lineup. RR is going to be on the POS 5 Enchantress. We are going to have a POS 4 Queen of Pain from Yaha. So Palos going to be on the POS 1 Ursa, which means we will have an offlane DK and a mid Conquer here from Ben Hur. Max it out so you guys can see. If I was to favor anyone's draft, I'd say EXECRATION's draft does look a lot stronger in my opinion, but it can go either way. It's really going to be about this laning stage. RR, if they can win out the laning stage, they could snowball out of control in this Ricky and the Pugna. If they don't, however,
10
you've got
seconds
Ursa,
remaining.
Queen of Pain, and Dragon Knight to deal with, as well as the mid Conquer. We
5
can't forget about
seconds
that.
remaining.
Should we go game number 1 between EXECRATION and RR? What is that dagger that Ricky's holding? It's like a fish biting on it, right? Weird. Game should start soon, but this loading screen is just kind of chilling out now. I kind of wonder what was going on with how long it's taking. No, never mind. Why is there a fish on his dagger? And a fish on his tail as well. Goodness. Alright, game number 1 has officially begun. So BHM, he's going to be on that offlane DK. It's been pretty standard with where this DK does go. It's offlane mid. Aim for the Ricky.
Watching? That's how it's done.
Usually as a Riki, you want that ability to just be able to blink out of a team fight if things get a bit bad. But you're always going to have that X back from the Kunkka. As well as that, just having all these tanky kind of calls is not going to be nice for that Riki. So bot lane, RR is going to be chased down. Arrow will not connect, but they are getting plenty of damage up onto RR. And now the ball comes in with the body blocks as well. That's an excellent play. RR still in trouble, but will be able to get out. They almost had him. Now they'll do a bit of damage out onto Palos. And this is really their time to shine. This is definitely when the side of Execration is going to be the weakest with this round in the early stage of the game.
The battle begins.
Be one bounty in trade. So RR do start off. No, never mind. It was a 2-for-1. I'm apparently colorblind. It was a 2-for-1 trade, a 2-for-2 trade on those bounties. The top bounties did go to the side of Execration, and RR did pick up both bottom bounties. We have this lane matchup, BHM Yaha. They're going to be up against Drew and Nuts. Nuts going to be on that support Pugner. It is a Pos 5 Pugner as well, which... see if that pays off. He does go to Nether Ward build, but does end up de-warding it. So again, getting that free harassment out by placing that Nether Ward down. And then just denying it in the end anyway. Seems to be the way that these support Pugners like playing now. The mid lane, KYXY is going to be up against Ben Hurst. They do end up running the mid Beastmaster. It's really not going to be an easy lane though for KYXY. Tidebringer is going to haunt him during this laning phase, and those balls probably won't survive very long if they're not microed very well. He's already favouring Ben-Hur in terms of CS, and probably will throughout the laning stage. And of course down to the bot lane we'll see Hustler. He's over there with Alacrity, who is on the core Marauder. We do see Palos there with RR, the Eartha and Enchantress. I don't know about the core Marauder. I think we saw this once from RR and it just was very lackluster. Kind of curious to see what kind of build he goes for on this Marauder as well this game. Just don't tend to see this very often. For KYXY. So much damage with that Tidebringer. We rough. Brought out of south. Oh, KYXY, no, you're gonna micro that courier, sir. Almost gave it away to Ben-Hur. Luckily, Ben had no clue what was going on, but does bring a salve out. Now Ben, though, going to go for an X into the torrent. Tidebringer is back up. Here. He will just try to do style and does get it.
First blood. And here comes
almost dies from the tier 1 tower in the pro, but he does find the first blood fairly easily. And I would be very, very surprised if RR don't want to try and switch up the lanes here. The levels are going to go up on that Kunkka. This is only going to get worse for this dire side.
I think not.
So now KYXY will just TP straight back into that mid lane. Torrent will not connect. Nice little dodge out there from KYXY. We did also see the Queen of Pain fighting that courier kill up at the top lane, and Palos almost falls down to the bot. RR, however, is trading with Alacrity, and now Alacrity, he stuck around too much and the Earth Shock was enough. Palos trying to kite Hustler around. They're going to find a secondary kill, though. He tries to walk away to disarm one pair from Hustler, but it wasn't enough. Palos gets 2 kills with that level 2 Earth Shock.
Middle tower is under attack.
Oh, that is not a great laning stage start for this dire side. You even look back at KYXY, there was a rotation in from Yaha and he just hits him with the Shadow Strike and suddenly his
Radiant's
HP pools, the Beastmaster just isn't there anymore. Does serve up though. Nuts wanted to go for the deny on the inventory, but it may cost him. He does decrep. There is going to be an X into a torrent, and he is dead. Eats a fairy fire as well, just on top. Sure about that one.
Invisibility.
It's a 4-0 to Execration. The mid and bot lane has been won for sure by the side of Execration. They might get RR down to the bot lane, and they should now, though he tries to salve. It's a very greedy salve play there, and it does not pay off. Hustle does kill him anyway. Main concern here for RR is they aren't really dealing with this Ursa. Of course, Drew is farming decently on the Ricky, but don't want this Ursa to get out of control. Drew is only one last hit ahead of that Ursa at this game. Getting it ganked up now. Yaha is going to be there. So trying to get out, but Yaha has the control now. Alacrity trying to kill off Palos, but he is just kiting around. Alacrity, he does have the damage just barely, but he's going to die for this. So you lose that +4 Pango, and you're probably losing this 4 Mirana. Yaha barely finds the kill inside before he dies himself. So I guess you're kind of happy that the Ursa died. I wouldn't say they're overly satisfied with that.
Are scanning.
Look at BHM up at the top lane as well, and he's just currently unaffected with what's going on across the lanes. Farming great on the DK right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
KYXY just completely left that mid lane. He's just jungling. That's allowing Ben-Hur to force in that tier 1 tower very early. Nuts will even come in now just to try and deal with this Conker. So 3 heroes mid, they have to try and contribute in the defense of this tier 1 tower, and eventually the siege creep will die, but Ben-Hur's not done.
Your admiral is on board.
Loading 2 Quakes tier 1. The pings do come out to try and go after Ben-Hur. They will roar up RR instead, and they do secure the Enchantress kill, but what's it going to cost them? Ben-Hur's trying to get in range to get the X off on Hustler, and he does get it. Hustler doesn't have Swashbuckle, and that means with his boat flying in, he is definitely going to die. Yeah, the Decrepify from Nuts did not help that out at all.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Again, the only rule is Drew is still kind of free farming at the top lane. But he's not farming well enough to call that a win. Bot lane as well, Lapri does end up dying again on the Mirana. So they continue to spam the chat. We are going to have a 2k net worth lead. Very this game number 1.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There you go.
Salves up, but he was underneath the Sentry Ward, and now RR going to try and control him up. He will be able to just Trickster the trade and Blink Strike away, and it looks like Nuts will give him another salve. Alacrity now is also going to rotate on that Mirana very early. Sitting at level 5, but he wants to try and deny this push. They will arrow Decrepify the Queen of Pain, but Yaha just blinks out. And with that, BHM going to back off with RR.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not great news.
Dire's middle
This
tower
Dire side, they're
is
just
under
not
attack.
finding anywhere near enough on this map. Ben-Hur's going to secure that mid tier 1 tower as well to make matters worse.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Alacrity for some reason tipping Drew. Not 100% sure why. They weren't even near each other at the time. Execration still going to maintain a 3k net worth lead. all their cores are on the top of the net worth
Radiant's
board,
middle
so
tower is under attack.
it explains the net worth lead that's currently happening for them. But Moonlight Shadow will be out now from RR. They're going to try and jump onto RR on the Enchantress. He's going to try and run though. Dragon Tail is there. Nuts will continue chasing, but he's been body blocked up, and now RR gets body blocked up by his own creep. So Moonlight Shadow does end up paying off in the sense that he found the pos 5 kill. Unfortunately for Execration, that is all they're going to get. Excuse me, unfortunately for Reality Rift, that's all they're going to get. Execration will be just fine with it. Bot lane, Hustler, Extra, trying to get both to fly in. He does try to get out of there, but ultimately Palace will have the damage. Well, they're trying to get their outpost back, but no, will be denied off. They did find the top outpost in time, however.
Haste! Dire's top tower is under attack.
They do get the
Dire's
XP on both
structures are
sides.
fortified.
Reality Rift, they really need to start coming up online, like BHM pushing the top tier 1 for free.
Dire's top
Does
tower
get it.
has fallen.
No Dragon Form necessary. He may die for this, but I don't think he really cares. Meanwhile, bot lane, Alacrity does die once again. In fact, that was the mid lane. Yaha committed the Sonic Wave and does get the kill on the Mirana. We are having a bit of lag as well, apparently for Execration.
Такая халява.
Things are coming out from Execration to go towards that top lane. RR currently drawing circles to go back down to the mid lane. Do you have the go ahead? Still trying to farm towards that diffusal blade right now. It's a bit of a slow process, however, and he is gonna need it. Like with this terrible start for the Dire side, he needs the farm instead of trying to get the early fights. They're gonna smoke up anyway. With that mid lane, I don't actually think they can kill off Ben-Hur yet, and he'll back off anyway, so they won't have the chance. And run straight down to the bot lane. Kalos would be a nice kill. It's actually substantially squishier than the Conqueror as well. However, smoke is going to be broken. Moonlight Shadow is there. BHM going to go straight onto that base mark for KYXY, but he has help around the corner. However, Bird goes in. The life frame will not be enough to save KYXY. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade as they did get the Enchantress, and now Yaha falling low. He will be the secondary to drop. Execration may need to back out of this, but no Talos. He wants to keep fighting. He'll go after Drew. They do X him up on the Ricky, and he's still not going to die. He does get the life drain and will survive. Now Hustler continuing to chase the Ben-Hur. He does cop the arrow. And it ends up being a very successful team fight for this Dire end. Execration initially just wanted to go after the Beastmaster. Just didn't realize there was a counter smoke play happening. That'll be an 800 gold swing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
To this Reality Rift side.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Alright. Keep up this aggression.
Dire's
It's
top
still,
tower
they
is
still have
under
the
attack.
roar up. KYXY died without being able to use it.
Radiant's bottom
They
tower
definitely could
is under
afford to
attack.
try and go for another kill. DHM. Show up. The Prepified up now. Life Drain can be there as well. But 8-man turret into a 3-man Sonic Wave from Yaha. The Enchantress does die. Nuts will die as well though. Here 1-for-1 again. Hustler with the Royal Thunder keeping control there of Ben-Hur. Now the rules being committed. That's a
Dire's
Kill.
top tower is
Ben
under
Hur goes
attack.
down and now BHM just gonna have to try and run towards his tier 2 tower, but they're gonna chase him down or maybe not. There are more TP rotations coming in. Earthlings here, Palos. He'll go into KYXY. They did already lose BHM, but now Yaha's there. He gets Hustler, and Alacrity does go down Palos. He barely finds the Earthshock in time. And RR, they had such a good team fight going, but unfortunately they stuck around too long for the Dragon Knight kill. Ended up going for a 3-for-1 to a 3-for-4. That also gives Palos his full Battle Fury up now. And so now Palos is just going to escalate and farm on this Ursa. Alright, might have to just try and slow it down a little bit. You have that refusal coming out through now. It's a nice power spike for the Ricky. Hustler, but the wrong thunder going to be there. Now just the control on Ben Hur, very nice from Hustler, but there's no follow-up to it. He just used the
Radiant's
haste route and we'll be fine.
is under attack. Shadows, take us. The prize
Moonlight
is
Shadow will be popped. KYXY does have the roar, going straight onto Palos again. Palos will end up dying. Another great setup there from KYXY. Now with that kill, the T2 tower is going to be susceptible to quite a bit of damage here for KYXY. T2 I'll go really quick, even without the Necro books up on KYXY. Also in the mid lane though, on the side of EXECRATION. Nuts. We'll get started with the Certify live frame, but Ben Hur going to be with the X-Tron, and now the boat being thrown out with the Sonic Wave. It's not enough. Nuts is still alive. They could try and turn. He will finally die, but Yaha may go down in the process, and now RR can definitely go in. After that DK, there's a lot of damage coming out from the Ricky at the moment. Drew is just hitting like a truck. The Roaring Thunder is going to be there again. BHM being controlled and does die. Now Hustler going to chase Ben Hur. The Palos is coming in on the Ursa. Drew, meanwhile, does get the Enchantress as well. Palos, he will by himself. This was not the rotation. And RR now, a 4-for-1 trade. They are just online with this Ricky. The coordination is
Radiant's middle
the
tower
side
is
all of
under
a sudden.
attack.
EXECRATION, they had such a big lead that
Radiant's
it's kind of
middle
just been
tower
thrown away. Every time you lose a team fight like that, you're going to lose a tower for sure. Hell, they may even go after the Roshan. Arrow is going to be there for a nice 3-second stun. That Roshan can go down fairly quick. Thanks to all the Beastmaster units. They are making their way in to try and counter this Roshan play, but it's already too late it seems. Shockwave will scout it up, they're going to go down. Then Hurt, nice fire, both flying in, but the Aegis is picked up by Drew. You will see a jump in there from Yaha. He'll force staff down. Meanwhile, the Roaring Thunder out from Hustler just holding everyone back. He wants to go after the Enchantress. However, he misses the swashbuckler. Now Moonlight Shadow, it will not save him, but Decrepify will. Hustler, still alive. BHM now, gonna back off. Roaring down Palos. He will end up dying on the Ursa again, and they will continue this chase on RR. Now onto the Enchantress, he will die as well. At least Yaha is creep skipping at the moment, so they won't necessarily be able to push this T1 back easily.
Radiant's top tower is under
But
attack.
KYX, I'm just going to tank the tower. T1s have no backdoor protection. They'll put the DU branch down for good measure.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
That net worth lead is pretty much all gone for EXECRATION. Does now swing the weight off the Dire side.
Regeneration.
BO2
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No, Execration, they're just on the back foot.
Back to full.
Play this out
Are
carefully.
scanning.
Hustler on the pos for Pangolier feels confident enough that he can just try and go for a Bastion now on the Pangolier. That's going to be quite annoying to play against for Execration.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top
Oh, I'm
tower
going to
is
slowly
under
start
attack.
sieging away at that top tier 2.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified.
We'll grip it up, but
Radiant's
Dire
top
will also
tower
grip
is
their
under
own
attack.
creeps. They're just going to keep going. They are not afraid right now.
Dire's bottom
Then
tower is under
her
attack.
can clear it out quite nicely, though. He does have the
Dire's
Imclaw there
bottom
on the
tower has
Kunkka.
fallen.
It's really a god tier item on that Kunkka. You guarantee the first hit crit with the Tidebringer.
And sweet.
However, bot lane, BHN has been caught out again. Drew's going to be able to burst him down on that Ricky, and now Drew 9-0-6 on the Ricky Maru. And top lane, Raw comes out, Ben Hur, he's just so far forward. He will end up also going down. He wasn't X'd up that time, so he had no way out of that. Another GG brand's being placed by RR. Still do have Palos farming up. He's making the right decision here by not trying to defend, not trying to join these team fights any longer. Just gonna keep going with this farm. Crimson Guard though, going to be available now on KYXY, so a lot of that damage he does have is going to be nullified. Reality Rift, they still want to try and make use of
我
this
是一个
Aegis.
没有感情的刷钱机器。
Thing is, Drew is so close to his own Battle Fury now that he just wants to secure that first. And he will have it in time to be able to get the B Fury and then use the Aegis to try and make a push happen. Not like they need him anyway. That T2
Radiant's
tower is
top
going to go
tower
down.
has fallen.
Raw's going to be back up for KYXY. They have found out further. Aegis is down. They're rushing towards the Drew. The boat is flying in with the Torrent, and Drew getting caught with his pants down. He did buy out the Battle Fury in time, so he won't lose too much gold. But now, Execration might have an opening. They'll go after the Pugna. It's only going to be the Dragon Tail to fly out. But suddenly, with that Ricky kill, you'll see Palos is on the top of the net worth board again. And the net worth graph has just been all over the place, but you can see it's fairly even between both teams. BKB now up on that Ursa as well. They ended up skipping the Bastion for now, just wanting that added defensibility. It's perfectly fine. It's not like the Ursa's lacking damage. The Bastion's just really nice for controlling purposes. He has been rather quiet on the Mirana. His net worth for a core Mirana is very low, but he does have the Maelstrom up. With that, they're going to smoke up again.
Radiant are scanning.
This is also the debut of that Battle Fury on Drew now. Talos might be the target they want. They do spot him out. They'll wait for the right moment. But Talos doesn't score one on now. Hustler trying to go to the wrong. None of the there's that BKB. KYXY will have to beat the roar. There is going to be a Sonic Wave thrown out as well. BHM being controlled off now by the Rolling Thunder of Hustler. They will die.
Back to 4.
X was there on Drew, but he just tricks the trade out of it. Now
Dire's
they
top
continue
tower
to chase.
is under attack.
Yeah, he does run out of the smoke screen and diffusal blade. Was just too late from Drew, but he is still chasing. Yaha, another blink will be fine. Alright, we're only able to really capitalize onto that Dragon Knight. They are trying to secure that mid tier 2 tower. Then her, the Crepper fired up now, can't actually hit the creep wave, does finally get it off. And Drew somehow still died to Yaha.
I doubt
Yaha still died to Drew is what I was meant to say. I thought they would have backed up by that point, but apparently not. They did end up killing off Hustler at least on the Pangolier. There was a trade. Drew now just quickly going to Talos, Diffusal, smoke screen there. Arrow will not land. Dead now, Execration may feel the need to turn. Drew is happy to keep going. In fact, no, they want to back off. KYXY, Decrepit up, trying to run away from Talos. He has Roar up in 1 second, and now he does have it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Arrow. Ara does dodge it out, but Drew is still on top of it. Goes after BH to blink away. Talos. Ara going to be chased down again. He will die. Now the boat being thrown out just for good measure from the side of Execration, but it means nothing. But BHM is still on the run. Hustler is chasing him down, but he does blink out. He should be just fine to TP out of there. You do officially have a 1k net worth advantage now for the side of Reality Rift, and Arrow, woo, Ben Hur barely avoids it.
Worthy tribute.
It's like Yaha's just trying to take boundary runes for the team and maybe skip some creep waves on that Queen of Pain. Talos slowly but surely getting bigger now on the Earth. Maybe like it might not be enough though. Like you need the Abyssal Blade to really secure the Rikimaru. Drew's gonna be going straight for a butterfly now. That's gonna help quite a lot up against Talos. But Execration, they have smoked up again.
Invisibility.
Alright, however, just completely avoiding them by being on the opposing side of the map. They could try and rotate, but they won't have enough time on the smoke. Reality there. So they want to think about trying to go after the high ground, but I think it'd be safer for them to just try and wait for the next Roshan. They can chip away at it though with the Never Blast. You do also have the Heaven's Halberd to come out on KYXY very, very soon. So you may as well just go ahead and secure that farm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
At the least, Drew should have the Eagle Song up by the next time the Heaven's Halberd is also going to be there on Ben Hur, who does have the AC on top of that. They'll smoke up again. They are running straight towards KYXY, but it seems like he knows something is a bit weird, so he does run off, leaving his units behind, going for creep right now, but BHM will jump in on the counter. They get the X off as well to KYXY, and that's going to be a nice double pickup, although maybe not. He is still running with that Roar, and now the Moonlight Shadow. Now Hustler will come in with the Rolling Thunder right on the staircase, just controlling them up. KYXY is still low, however, it will die. Arrow will connect onto Yaha, but Hustler just needs to roll out. And that's actually perfect timing from EXECRATION as the Roshan did spawn as they were going for those double kills.
Dire's current.
It's a very, very easy Roshan to take with the Palos.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Your shot
Arrow in does connect onto the Enchantress, but means nothing. Hustler, don't want to die. Slowed here by Yaha, but should be able to swashbuckle away and does. No, but they're still on the chase. BHM, shield crash. No, that won't get him up the cliff. They will give up on that chase.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hustler's still trying to bait them in here. He does have Drew around the corner. Smoke screen will come out, so they won't be able to exit back in time to the torrent. But he should still die. There's not wrong with under the note. Shield crash will come out. Drew jumps in. Palos will lose the Aegis. BHM keeping up, but he's left one behind. They do both and try to let Palos TP, but KYS why he had the roar available. Drew taking a lot of damage, but it will not matter. He will tricks and be fine. Alright. Still have the reins of this game in their hands.
will someday repay.
Moonlight Shadow again to be popped. Drew is going to be underneath the Sentry Lord. Now he makes his presence very known. We have a disconnection.
I'm dead. Amazing what you found.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Invisibility.
Bounty.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Shadows, take it. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
With the tide.
Oops. Oops.
Worthy tribute.
Regeneration.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
This time.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Shadows, take us.
Anyone miss me?
We go unseen.
Radiant are scanning.
Не знаю, что произошло, Бельхер сидит такой.
Они в одном доме. На карантине. Ага. Да, прикинь.
Так кто у них попроще всего в Филиппинах?
Ну, Руся там за всех уже раскидал, что там произошло. Они в одном доме, у них упал мозг.
Выяснил. Красавчик. Вообще, Reality Rift тоже, по-моему, были в отпуске, ну, на момент...
A lot of instability in SEA recently, that's for sure. So teams get 10 minutes pause time, and then of course the other team can give pause time back to the other side if they run out. I hope we don't get to that point though, but it's, you see a whole house get disconnected like this, it does kind of me a little. Seen this before. Hope everyone's having a good day, by the way, while we're just sitting here waiting. It's currently 8 o'clock at night almost for me. I believe you guys are 2 hours behind, so maybe it's 6 p.m. for you guys in SEA. Well, Singapore time anyway. I'm not very good with times, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. KOXY is asking how many minutes they